Yes, yes, technology is wonderful when it is working. And we tested this out yesterday. Thank you, Lori. Oh, and thank you, St. Mark's. People are listening. So, um, well, I'd rather talk about, yeah, your mic doesn't work. I think everybody is muted. We're just simply working from the questions. Um, Talking about financial assistance and application for, um, okay, does a youth have to show need to get assistance? We really work on the honor system with this. We don't ask for any kind of bank information. We don't ask for any documentation. There will be a field in the application for financial assistance where we ask for a short recap of the need. So if somebody is on public assistance, um, you can indicate that, or if they get free school lunches, you can indicate that. But we're not going to ask for bank statements. We trust you guys, and your young people. Um, you know those who you work with who have need. So we trust you with that. Okay. Screen says done. Oh, but they don't see me. Can you hear me? Hopefully. I can see and hear you. How is the financial assistance determined? Um, and this comes from, is this from St. Mark's Lutheran Church? From Brenda. Um, okay, that's great. You can both see and hear. That's wonderful. It's determined largely uh, first come, first serve. Um, if you have a large congregation, or basically, if your entire congregation is of need, we look at that. We look at distance. We look at a lot of components. What we can't do is if you have 10 people coming and they all need assistance, we can't give all 10. We do want to make sure that funding is available for as many people as possible. So one of the things we do when we look at the need and we make the allocations, we will put it in as a credit in your congregational account so that it's an offset for your entire congregation. In other words, it's for one person, but if something happens to that person and they can't go at the end, but you have another young person who is also in need, um, come in and substitute for that person, will leave the assistance with your group. Um, yes, and then if you go down, are there limits to how many youth you can apply for? We have a family with 5 children who would like to attend, but it is difficult to raise the funds for so many. Um, Absolutely, yes, I hear that. Depending on the number of young people in your group, if you have a group of 10, we cannot uh, give assistance to all 10. If you've got a group of 100, then we can give assistance to all 10. And I hope this is making some kind of sense. In other words, if your whole group can't come because of the difficulty of raising the funds, then we really need to look at other ways to help you, whether that's help from your synod, if your synod has additional funding, or we just really have to put our heads together and look at a better way to do some kind of fundraising. Financial assistance will offset the cost of the registration fee, which is $325. Um, so when we say there are limits, it just kind of depends on your group. This is, we look at everything case by case. It's not one size fits all. There is a field, again, statement of need. You need your congregational ID. to log in, and the name and your name and your um, email address. You will be notified as to whether or not your young person has received funding, and if you're making applications for a group, we'll let you know how many young people were allocated the financial assistance. We know it's difficult. Absolutely makes sense. Thank you. Somebody said that. Is that Lori? Thank you so much. Um, yeah, any other questions about financial assistance? Or we can only see so far down in the screen, and it looks like I've tried to answer those. One of the things I also wanted to just remind folks of that we have the 3 volunteer categories: the servant companions, the gathering volunteer corps, and community life. Now we need probably 300 people in all of those categories, so we do encourage folks to sign up. There is a $75 application fee for that, and which covers all of the administrative work that goes into uh, organizing the volunteers as well as the background check. But then that's offset by a travel stipend, and of course we feed and house you at the gathering. And you know we can't do this without the volunteers, and we can't do this without the youth leaders either. This is always my favorite time of the gathering cycle, when we get to the point where we're talking about registration, we're talking about how congregations can make this possible for their young people, because it gives me a lot of energy. Because you guys, you're the workers in the field, and you know I am here to do what I can to help that process. Okay, is there another question? We've got 15 viewers. Natalie said we had 30 earlier, but that was the pre problems. Okay, please enter questions here. There's a slight delay, so don't worry about it if it takes a minute to respond. That's from our wonderful Andy Arnold, who is helping us with this process, as well as our wonderful Director for Youth Ministry, who is handling all of the tech stuff too. These guys are great, and it's our hope to continue to have these hangouts so we can hear from you and just get information out the best way we can. Okay, the next question is, what level of details do you need for youth for financial assistance? Oh, I lost that. Did they delete? Okay. Again, we don't ask for documentation. It's strictly an honor system. You apply on behalf of young people in your congregations, and you know, once again, we trust you. You know, you know your young people, and you know, you can tell their story. You're their voice. So we want to listen to that, and we honor that. Okay, 17 viewers. Any other questions coming in?
Donna, there was a question about accessing the forms ahead of time so that they could be sent to parents and then returned.
Oh, yes, probably you're talking about the registration worksheets. Those will be up. We have one more meeting in Detroit next week, and after that we will have adjusted the data that we need from the participants, and we'll have those up hopefully mid-June, I would say, and then you can print those out and give them to your folks. The soft opening for registration begins September 15th, and of course from September 15th to October 15th, you can go in, do all your data entry, your congregational account will be set up, you get your people in, and then on October 15th, all you have to do is go in and hit that button that says submit, and send in your $150 per person deposit to our lockbox in St. Louis. It's the same lockbox we've been using for the last several gatherings, and then that's it. Then you're in. You won't get a confirmation back from us. You will get just the email saying that thanks. Not an email. I'm sorry. You'll get the automatic response when you've submitted. Thank you for registering. Okay, Janet can see Paul and she can hear me, so that's great. Hi, Janet. Thank you. Okay. Okay, are there any other questions? I feel like there's some down at the bottom that aren't showing up for some reason. Oh, okay.
Can you see up in the blue, how is the financial assistance determined? Do they have to show need in order to get funds?
Yeah.
Not seeing that, Andy.
Yeah, we're seeing there are limits to how many youth you can apply for. Laura, I think that was the first one that I answered.
I am managing them on my screen, but it must be different looking on your screen.
Yeah.
So, Paul, you'll have to click through them, I guess.
Okay, does a youth have to show need? Again, that gets back to we're not asking for bank records, but just your honest evaluation. Judy says, what level of details do you need? Oh, is there a form we can see before the 15th to gather the info? Now, is that for, if that's for, I misunderstood. I thought that was for registration that began in the fall. You will not see the form for financial assistance. It's a very simple form. Basically, we ask for the congregational ID of the congregation of the youth. We want your name, we want your email address, we want your youth's name, and age, grade, and I think whether or not their ethnicity, that's in there, and whether or not they're going to be attending either Mile or Dale, the two pre-events that happen before the gathering. We don't ask for any confidential information, although this form is confidential and nobody else sees it besides the gathering staff. But if parents have a concern, hopefully you let the parents know that you're going to make an application or a request on behalf of their young person. When will you let us know if our youth are granted scholarship? We will let you know before registration, before the soft opening on September 15th. At that point, we should have everything together. We need a little time to work with the data and get it uploaded into your congregational account. So we'll let you know beforehand. This is, if those old timers will remember back in the day when the process was reversed and we wanted people to register first and then apply for financial assistance. So we do it a little differently now. Okay, Natalie says, here's what we need for the form. And I think she might have put something up. Oh, synod numbered letter, 5-digit congregational ID, first name of young person, last name, if it's the first gathering, grade the young person is entering in the fall of 2015. So it's very simple, very simple. When do we hear? That would happen before registration opens, before the soft opening in September. Now the youth won't be contacted. It's just whoever makes the application on behalf of the youth will get that email saying, you know, we've applied this money to your congregational account. Okay, here are, can others see the screen? Can they see that blue question? Okay. So our wonderful Natalie has just put up some of the other things that are necessary for the form for financial assistance. Again, the age of the young person at the time of the gathering, the ethnicity, whether or not they're attending Mile or Dale, the 2 pre-events to the gathering. And finally, a description of why that young person is applying for financial assistance. And that's the field where you would enter information about the young person, whether or not their family is struggling, economic downturn, rural congregation, public assistance, that kind of stuff. And again, no bank reports. Okay. Okay, this one, again from St. Mark's Lutheran. Can we access the forms so I can send them to the parents and get them returned? That's what I thought was referencing the worksheets for the gathering itself for registration. There are no, it's a Google form for the financial assistance because it goes directly, we work from the spreadsheet and then we'll upload it directly into the congregational account in the database. So there's really nothing to send home, but just do make sure if you have any questions that the parent is okay with you applying for financial aid on their behalf. Okay, Janet asks, when will we know if we've received financial assistance? You should have that before the soft opening of September 15th. Is ethnicity really necessary in this case? We do ask that. It's not one of the criteria. You're not going to get more or not get some based on ethnicity. That's absolutely not true, but we do want to get a sense of who is coming to the gathering, and also if somebody, if you've got a good chunk of people, of a certain ethnicity, are they then interested in attending Mile? I know the Mile planners are very interested in connecting on the front side with congregations who might be attending Mile. Did we need to know what grade they are in September 2015 or 14? It's September 2015. So they're rising. What grade will they be in September 2015? And by that respect, they can be entering 9th grade in 2015, or they can be just out of high. They can be 2015 graduates. Okay, and Natalie has told us that she posted the list of information needed for the financial assistance form on Facebook. And I do know that we have had that on our website, but there might be a little lag time between, our website is being redone, so there might be a lag between what was existing and what the new website's going to be when you guys log on Thursday.
And actually, our new website is now live.
Oh, it is now live. Okay, Andy says the new website is now live. So you can go to elca.org/gathering and see what we've got up there already for financial assistance and for the volunteer opportunities. Okay. Wait, go back up. Okay, yeah, if you can't, this will be archived. This Q&A will be archived, so you can always refer to it later. Good grief, no picture or sound. Oh, Cheryl. Okay. Did we get all the questions?
Do we have any other questions that people would like to ask? Please enter them in the question and answer box.
Oh, somebody says Lori. She's on the site and it looks great. Yay. Thank you for all the information. Wow. Wonderful. We have 23 viewers. Not bad. Not bad. 'Cause we had kind of a rocky start with this. But we've got the best talent, so I don't know what happened. We definitely have the best team of folks working here. Okay, well, if that's it, any more questions? I know Andy says that this will be archived. Just God bless you all for the work you're doing. And we will come back and do this more often. Oh, Tricia says thanks for the helpful information. Oh, where will the information be archived? Very good. Teresa, you made it. It will be archived, Andy, on our website.
It will be posted as a link. It will be archived on YouTube, I believe, and posted as a link on Facebook, and probably also on our website and maybe an upcoming G News.
Okay. I hope everybody heard that, and it's wonderful. We want to get the word out, and don't forget, volunteer opportunities open on the 15th as well. So look around to see, particularly young adults, for servant companions. Okay, so here's a question. Some of us found the video link late. What is a brief summary of what has already been covered? Brief summary, our new website is up and running. May 15th, which is Thursday, is the date that our financial assistance application opens, as well as volunteer opportunities. You need to know your congregational ID, your name, your email, the name of the young person who you're applying for assistance on behalf of, and a brief statement of need. Once again, we are not asking for financial information of a sort that you would for, applying for schools or anything like that. This is, you know your young people best, and you know the families that are struggling in your area. So we trust you with that. You write a statement of need. The family is, it's economic times. It's a rural congregation. There are all kinds of, we just know the need is great, and the need is greater than we have assistance, and unfortunately that's always been the case. Even as cycle after cycle we've increased the amount of funding that we have available for assistance. But let's put our heads together and see what we can do to help all of our young people come to the gathering. Okay, here's a question. What is the age for a young adult? We use in the ELCA, we use a definition that a young adult is between the ages of 19 and 30. So our servant companions, that's exactly who we're looking for. Oh, Paul is looking at me saying 18 and 30. So I'm not, I will have to double check that. In the past, we've always had 19 and 30 just as an extra year of maturity. Servant companions, yeah, one year removed from high school. Everybody will be trained. All of our volunteers will come in the Sunday before the gathering and stay through to the Sunday after. So we'll have them for a week, and we'll feed them and train them and give them tasks and build community, and it's going to be oh, Teresa, thanks, Donna. And she's been a returning GVC volunteer, and if anybody has any questions about that, Teresa's a great one to ask. Beth Smallbeck is our team leader for volunteers, and she's been doing a terrific job. Those of you who have served in the past know what a good job She does. Okay, here's another question. On the site it says 19. Yes, that is the age that we use to determine young adult, 19 to 30. Oh, does the pastor have to request the funding, or can the parents of the youth request financial assistance? We would prefer that the adult leader, one of the adult leaders, request the funding rather than from the parents. If the pastor is the adult leader, then that's fine. That's, make that request. We would really rather it be the youth leader or whoever's working with the young people as a group. Okay. Okay, well, if there are no other questions, we will end this. We've gone a little. Well, it took us a while to get to this point, and we're so happy that you guys hung in there with us. And we'll get this up. We'll have information on Facebook as to where to go to get the link to the archived copy of this. And we will continue to do this. We will continue to get better at this. And, we're here for you. And as always, send us emails, work with your Synod coordinator. We've got the Synod Day directors pretty much all selected. Here's another question from Patty. Can you give us the website information again? It is elca.org/gathering. Should take you right to directly to the Gathering website.
I'm not seeing any other questions coming in, so let's just thank everyone for participating, and also want to apologize for the technical difficulties and let you know they were actually probably not on our end. It seemed like it was an issue with Google and YouTube that messed us up, and we just couldn't, the button that we were supposed to be able to press wasn't there to press, so that's why we had to punt and find a different location. So thanks again for hanging in there to those of you that found us again, and we will archive this. God's blessings on your day.
It's awesome.